like I mentioned in the first part, to hear these bottom feeders who wants me to believe that they're the reason why I'm dying or they killed me, it's like, please don't get lost. Whatever's happening to you is because, and what for me, for example, in my last breath, I will not be like, oh, this person that was talking to me in such a fierce way killed me. No, I'll think this government program killed me. This government program that torture women, children, and men all around the world killed me. This perps, whoever pressed the last button that finished the things, I don't. They're just perps. They could be millions of them doing what they do. But they wanted to live their fantasy, try to be this fierce group of trash. You work for governmental entities that actually have a lot of problems that are disturbing, and you're just a bottom feeder. They would let me shoot, kill you if I was aggressive. You're nothing. The reason why you quote unquote kill me, and I'm saying that because they might be pressing the button, is because I'm a test subject in this program that kills men, women, and children. And understand that. This is why my organs are being destroyed. Nobody's around here to physically do that to me. It's because this Department of Defense technology is being applied onto me. And please understand, you couldn't be having this kind of Department of Defense technology unless you're involved in a program that kills men, women, and children. You couldn't be doing this, using this Department of Defense technology, unless you're involved in a program that tortured women, children, and men all around the world and killed them, slowly though. Maximizing what you can in order to develop this technology. So, of course, I don't see these perps as the reason why I'm dying. Truly, I'm seeing them as just the tools, the bottom feeders, these governmental entities running this program are using to do these things to us. And they really want you to accept this. Like, no, it's like they want me to personalize it in the sense that this trash, you can't even say this name. This embarrassment. You're just a bottom feeder of trash that you can't be replaced by a child. Of course I know you just a participant like so many others can. I can go anywhere in the world, it will happen to me, one way or another. And I will refuse to let them live their fantasy. And when you see who's talking to you, oh my gosh, the validations. You've seen this. They're rocking PJs right now. You see, I remember, and I think, well, who's talking to me? It's like this short, kind of chubby, freaking knows barely an adult with a hoodie on. You go see who's talking. I'm like, oh my god, embarrassment. She doesn't even want to look at you. She has the hoodie all the way there and looking all the way. But I was like, Jesus, she's the one that, from remotely, oh, rats. Jesus. Look at, like, for sure you would be like, oh, they would love to, when you see them. And I'm not trying to provoke them. It's just like sometimes you just kind of look like, do you even look at yourself? Like, do you like, imagine you saw somebody just like you said, that rat is my money. You'd be like, what the clown? But that's their job. They want you to disorient you. They want you to be disoriented to think about anything but the reality of what this is about. We are test subjects. They are using this extremely sophisticated technology that can do so much damage to you remotely. Some of it is psychologically, they can cognitively rewire your brain. Some of it is just like what they can damage in regard of like harming your organs, your bones, your joints, your muscles. And this is all technology that comes from places like the DoD. And you see who's talking to you, like, oh my goodness. Obviously, contracted in some places, they probably, some of them have the expertise. They need people to really implement these things, because this is it's a labor of some sort, in the sense that they are truly surrounding the target individual ecosystem. And it has to be continuously done to you. They could kill me in 2 seconds. Maybe it's funny. They tell me how you know, that you're gonna die in this. I'm like, listen, who knows how close to death I've been. When you wake up feeling weird, fatigue, like, and not because these people are so brave, it's because this technology can do so much. I think if anything, they have to find ways to not like, they probably have to slow things down. But there's a purpose that is for the development of technology. Now, with that being said, this, what I'm saying, is provoking to them. Target individual, I'm with people who are so delusional at this point. They're still so in character. Like, it's so bad in regard of how they stay in character. There's these people talking about how they're gonna frame me, right? And they come out angry, right? Because they are prepping this frame. And they're prepping this whole frame, and they have this kid saying that I did something, or I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out at some points, because then the day will come where I figure out what was happening. But to stay in character, they make themselves angry to stay in character. And like, oh, but she's only 13 years old. I'm like, I have no idea who they're talking about, but they're talking about who they're prepping for the frame, right? And they get like, so, and they stay in character. Like, this is the level of like out of touch of reality they're in. This is the level out of touch of reality. So you gotta understand, this is the people who are like, no, this is our money. She are young, huh? She's too young. She just reality is just whoop. As I'm saying that, they try to come up with some dumbass retard that just, they are living in a life that is not based on reality. So when they say who they are, it's not gonna be reality. It's gonna be their reality. Their reality is a falsified reality. It's a distorted reality. The reality is, unfortunately, this is worse than when you think. These retards obviously aren't the one running the show. They might be the one pressing the button for you to feel this pain and destroy your organs. But please understand, if you look at them, you'll know that damn well they wouldn't be able to do this to you. Unless this is bigger, and it is bigger. This is a governmental program that have been using human subject and test subject as test subject to develop their technology. And they create the storylines, and it's a whole program that psychologically, physically destroy the target individual, and there's a purpose to it. That is for the development of this technology. Clown. And everything is just about like this cognitive like warfare that we're just test subject to. Imagine you go to a shooting range. There's this like object. Sometimes the object moves around, but it's not going to do anything to you. You're supposed to shoot and see what's going to work, and we can do nothing. We're just a test subject against very powerful entities, specifically the Department of Defense, which these trash are contracted by. So when they're the one doing this thing, killing you, it's not really them doing it. It's these governmental entities contracting this trash to implement these tactics. Now, do they give them a little freedom? It's like, oh, you can kill them like that. You can do this and that and that. Yeah, probably. But this is just because you're already a test subject. Do not forget that. And I'm saying that out loud now while I can. Because when the day they try to be like, well, we killed them. It's like, no, the government killed me. This government program that's killing women and children is killing me. I'm dying because this governmental entity is killing me. As I'm saying that, they try to counter with these storylines they put. This is what it's really about. The reason why I'm dying is because I am a test subject like this woman called Kina Jones, who's dying because her neighbors were the perps implementing that tactic onto her. Just like me. And it's funny how they try to rewire my brain. That's how bad it is. I remember when I didn't know what this was about. And I was like, I'm dying here. I remember saying that. Because they want you to accept this personality. Like I said, they're having their kids here being used to frame. I said that word, right? I'm dying. I remember opening this, like, I'm dying. They want me to be somebody who's a predator, like R. Kelly. I think R. Kelly had an interview and he said something, "Oh, you guys are killing me," or something like that. He added this whole thing. And he's like, "You see, you're just like R. Kelly." This is how stupid it is. You see, we mapped it. And the truth is, I say I'm dying, but you're gonna hear the target individual say literally, "I'm dying. I think I'm dying." It's like, "Now we mapped it. See, we proved it. We're killing a pedophile." I'm like, "Oh, the embarrassment." Do you know the name they can't say? Yeah, this man was allegedly picking up kids as young as 14 years old. 14 years old, picking up from the YMCA. To add the cherry on top of that, you know this DOD entities? Yeah, while they were prepping these manipulations to start with me, around the same time, there was a bill called End National Defense Abuse Act that was supposed, and it was created for the purpose of limiting the amount of child porn that was being trafficked and accessed and shared within the DOD network using DOD computer. It was so bad that the previous year, Child Protective Service ranked the DOD network as a top-tier computer network, internet network for trafficking child porn, that they were ranked 19th out of 3,000. The real number is 2,891. That this bill was created during the same time they were prepping this frame. Not even this frame, this rewiring of my brain. To try to put a stop to it, or at least to limit that, because they were using the computers given to them by the DOD. Using the DOD network. Now you see the reality of how sad it is that you're working for these governmental entities and like, now we're mapping this video, you are a pedophile, like embarrassing trash. So these people create a reality which you're supposed to identify to, subscribe to. You're supposed to think that this is the reality of things. They are low-life pedophiles, actually. Because one way they do rewire you is to have sexual reaction toward children. It's a commonly used tactic. Then they find ways to make you believe this is not what we're doing, is mapping, is bullshit stories. On top of that, the governmental entities that are running this program, the reason why this person is killing me, using these magical weapons, is because they're working for this DOD technology. Using this DOD technology, and the keyword is DOD, which and National Defense, as in Department of Defense, Network Abuse Act, was a bill created to limit the amount of child porn this trash working at the DOD were downloading using the computers given to them by, guess what? The DOD. Using the network of, guess what? The DOD. Those are the people who are supposed to make you believe that it's you. Once, and on top of that, being validated, that not only they manipulate people in these pedophilia ways, but apparently some of the test subjects that this trash harm are children using this DOD technology. Those are the people killing you. They're the people responsible for why you're dying. Trust me, I'm sure they are preparing for something to come to them. One person said something very smart. I think it was the smartest thing. She said something as in, "I'm already cursed." I'm like, I think you're right. And like sometimes when they interact with me, I was like, you have a voice, like you know something's gonna happen to you, but you're just blocking it out for now. Because the truth is so nasty. And I provoked them by saying these things, which, oh my gosh, it's gonna be bad for me. It's gonna be really bad. Because I'm provoking by saying the reality of people who truly have created a reality so falsified that they get angry and truly have created this way of making themselves angry. This is some acting to another level. It's like really method acting. They are the one making themselves, they are the one framing these disgusting things that they're gonna frame me with, saying that I raped one of their kids here. It's so nasty. They get so angry. It's like, oh, she's only 13 years old. I have no idea who they're talking about, but they are prepping something here, right? It's probably one of their kids. Oh my gosh. And they come like, she's only 13 years old. These people have this like acting. You think like these people, wow. You see how reality, what kind of reality they create? It's a distorted reality that they get, even themselves, the things they frame themselves, the things they create themselves, they get this anger. So when they say it's our money, it's this and that, these are the same people who are here mad at me for the frame they're creating, they're making up. Saying for our children, that's why we're gonna frame you like that. I'm like, really? I was like, no, we're gonna be registered. I was like, oh, so you're gonna have a child coerced to say that she was raped by me, and you think this is good for this child? Okay. While working for governmental entities that have so much problem with child porn, that the DOD network is ranked 19th out of 2,900. On top of that, you're in the program where they torture children sexually. You hear this noise campaign? It's to try to counter that. Because like, now we need to register. Trust you need to register yourself. These testimonies of children as young as 3 years old sexually tortured by this lowlife, they literally rewire your brain to be sexually stimulated by kids. They are forcing you to have sexual stimulations that is commonly done to others. They are training your brain to have stimulations toward children. This is not unique to me. This is not unique to just a few people. This is commonly used. On top of that, they can't even say the name of this man that allegedly was picking up kids at the YMCA, so as young as 14 years old. That he was banned from the YMCA because he was picking up kids. Now you understand these people live this fantasy of reality because these people are the true threat to children in every way possible. And they want you to be accepting of these manipulations. The awkward part is that it keeps coming back. That these issues with pedophilia keeps coming back from these agencies. And by the way, when you find out in the area, the kind of nastiness, that's another level. And you know what? The way they hide these kids, we are admirable. We're protecting our children. Trash your low life bottom feeders. They're even so disgusting that they are willing to listen. It was so bad. This woman wanted me to look at her child because with this EEG cloning, EEG herodyning, they can make you experience the desired reaction they want you to experience. Guess what reaction they want you to experience? Yes, sexual. Toward children. So they manipulate you to get sexual arousals because this EEG cloning, this EEG herodyning can make you experience that. Oh, and by the way, then they're like, no, but what you did as a kid, as a middle schooler in 8th grade. You hear the noise campaign? He's trying to disorient me.